June 20th, on this day, in 451, Roman and Visigoth forces confronted Attila the Hun at the Battle of the Catalonian Plains in northeastern France. Their victory stopped the advance of the Huns into Roman Gaul, marking a turning point in European history. In 1397, the Union of Kalmar was formed, uniting the kingdoms of Denmark, Sweden, and Norway under a single monarch. This union aimed to strengthen the Scandinavian countries against outside threats, lasting for over a century. In 1723, Adam Ferguson, a notable Scottish historian and philosopher, known for his work, Principles of Moral and Political Science, was born. He later contributed significantly to Enlightenment thought. In 1756, nearly 150 British soldiers were imprisoned by local rulers in a cramped cell known as the Black Hole of Calcutta. Most of them did not survive, making it an infamous event in colonial history. In 1789, deputies of the Third Estate in France, having been locked out of their traditional meeting hall at Versailles, gathered on an indoor tennis court. There, they swore not to disband until a new constitution was established, a pledge known as the Tennis Court Oath, which became a defining moment in the French Revolution. In 1793, Eli Whitney applied for a patent for his invention, the cotton gin. This device significantly streamlined cotton processing and played a major role in transforming the American economy. In 1819, the paddle-wheel steamship Savannah arrived in Liverpool, England, after completing a 27-day transatlantic voyage from the United States. This marked the first successful steam-powered crossing of the Atlantic Ocean. In 1837, following the death of William IV, 18-year-old Victoria became Queen of the United Kingdom. Her 64-year reign saw Britain rise as the world's most dominant empire, spreading its influence across much of the globe. In 1840, American inventor Samuel Morse patented the telegraph. His invention would become a cornerstone of long-distance communication, connecting people across continents. In 1858, Charles Chesnutt, an African-American novelist and essayist, was born. Chesnutt became a pioneering voice in American literature, examining issues of race and identity. In 1861, Frederick Gowland Hopkins was born in Eastbourne, East Sussex. He later shared the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1929 for discovering vitamins, fundamentally advancing nutrition science. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln admitted West Virginia into the Union as the 35th state during the American Civil War. In 1887, Kurt Schwitters, a German artist and poet best known for his Dada-inspired collages and relief constructions, was born in Hanover. His innovative work had a lasting impact on modern art. In 1893, Lizzie Borden was acquitted in a sensational trial in the United States, following accusations of murdering her father and stepmother. The case garnered widespread public attention and remains a topic of intrigue. In 1894, Caroline Willard Baldwin became the first woman to earn a Doctor of Philosophy degree in science from an American university, graduating from Cornell University. This achievement marked a significant step forward for women in higher education and the sciences. In 1898, during the Spanish-American War, the United States Navy seized the island of Guam while en route to the Philippines. This marked the beginning of American control over Guam. In 1901, Charlotte M. Manie of South Africa became the first native African woman to graduate from an American university, setting a precedent for future generations and advancing educational opportunities. In 1903, American race car driver Barney Oldfield achieved the first mile-a-minute performance in a car, breaking 60 miles per hour at Indianapolis, Indiana, a landmark moment in automotive history. In 1905, Lillian Hellman was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. As an American playwright and screenwriter, her dramas relentlessly attacked social injustice, exploitation, and selfishness, leaving a major imprint on American theater. In 1920, race riots erupted in Chicago, Illinois, resulting in the deaths of 2 people and injuring many others. The violence reflected ongoing racial tensions in the city and the United States as a whole. In 1923, France announced its intent to seize the Rhineland to compel Germany to pay its war debts following World War I, intensifying post-war tensions in Europe. In 1924, Audie Murphy was born. He later became one of the most decorated American soldiers of World War II and went on to have a successful career as an author and actor. In 1928, American jazz musician Eric Dolphy was born in Los Angeles. Known for his virtuosity on woodwinds and his influence on free jazz, Dolphy expanded the boundaries of jazz music. In 1941, the United States Army Air Force was established, replacing the Army Air Corps and laying the foundation for the modern United States Air Force. In 1942, Kazimierz Piechowski and 3 other prisoners made a daring escape from Auschwitz concentration camp. Disguised as SS officers, they drove out of the camp in a stolen staff car, demonstrating remarkable courage during one of history's darkest chapters. In 1955, the American Federation of Labor and the Congress of Industrial Organizations agreed to merge, creating a unified organization to represent workers across the United States. In 1963, after the Cuban Missile Crisis, the United States and the Soviet Union established a direct communication line known as the Red Telephone. Contrary to its nickname, messages originally traveled over teletype and fax, and today use digital communications. The hotline aimed to reduce tensions between the superpowers. In 1964, General William Westmoreland succeeded General Paul Harkins as commander of American forces in Vietnam, marking a critical shift in U.S. military strategy during the conflict. In 1967, boxing champion Muhammad Ali was convicted for refusing induction into the United States Armed Services during the Vietnam War, a decision that highlighted his stance on civil rights and opposition to the conflict. In 1967, Australian actress Nicole Kidman was born in Hawaii. She later became renowned for her versatility and range, as well as her glamorous presence on screen. In 1969, over 200,000 people attended Newport 69, the largest pop music concert in the world at that time, held in Northridge, California. Legendary musician Jimi Hendrix was paid $120,000 to perform, making him one of the highest-paid artists in history. In 1972, President Richard Nixon appointed General Creighton Abrams as Chief of Staff of the United States Army, recognizing his leadership and military experience. In 1975, Steven Spielberg's thriller Jaws, based on the novel by Peter Benchley and starring Roy Scheider, premiered in theaters. The film became a massive success, often credited with establishing the modern summer blockbuster. In 1987, the first Rugby World Cup final took place at Eden Park in Auckland, New Zealand. New Zealand's fly-half Grant Fox scored 4 penalties, a conversion, and a drop goal, as the All Blacks defeated France 29-9. In 1991, following German reunification, the German parliament decided to move the seat of government and parliament from Bonn to Berlin. This move symbolized a new era for the unified nation. In 1999, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, officially declared an end to its bombing campaign in Yugoslavia, signaling a turning point in the conflict. In 2002, the United States Supreme Court ruled in Atkins v. Virginia that imposing the death penalty on individuals with intellectual disabilities violated the Eighth Amendment's protection against cruel and unusual punishment. In 2020, the highest ever temperature recorded in the Arctic Circle was reached, with Verkhoyansk in Siberia experiencing 38 degrees Celsius, or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. This alarming record highlighted the growing impact of climate change.
Subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's events.